Hey there everyone, to another time attack video. Since we've got the potions which can refill tickets, I was able to use that to bring out this video on the day which the Wormholes came out. So this first battle was actually pretty tricky. Normally the first two battles are kind of fine, but this one, we've got 4 Merliths which are all high speed, so I opted for Galio Dragon to stun them. The problem with them being high speed is they just waste loads of time as they each do a hit-all move. So I stunned them and then removed that, and next in line is pretty annoying. They've got a bunch of like roaring entrance monsters. There's a bit of sleep in there, stuff like that. Now, I was hoping that Jawshank would do Wallbreak on Darkstag. The previous attempt, it randomly didn't do it. Luckily this time though, it did do it. So then I can use the Raw Bloodthirst on Nova Drake. That's my whole plan there. Otherwise the Raw Bloodthirst gets blocked. So I removed the Stun Converter. As you can see, there's Mojonator in there, which gets the Roaring Entrance as well. Very annoying for wasting time. It likes to spam Purify Mist that blocks a bunch of things. As you can see, I'm trying to remove the stealth and stuff so I can then stun wave them. Luckily, the sleep from Malwing hits Bitter Beast. That's just absolutely ideal. So from here, I was just able to stun and take out the last few monsters. There's really high defense monsters in this. There's the Roaring Entrance. Focal Force adds 3 Rockoids to the end of the team. It is not a nice one to face. I was very surprised that this first battle was so difficult. It took me, I think, about 6 attempts in the end, trying to just come up with something that worked properly. Because Mojonator, you kill that, and you get the other Mojis coming in, which all have Roaring Entrance. They like to do Purify Mist. There's a bunch of annoying stuff. Anyway, the second battle was also a tricky one. So, as you can see, 2 Aura Dragons and Death Revenge stuff. So I opted for 2 true hit monsters, and then just immediately remove the Aura Dragons, and then I've got Vayness there with the Payback Killer to take down the Death Revenge monsters. Now, I was intending to Ritual 6 the Black Titan before the Twiggle came in. I didn't know exactly where the Twiggle was, so unfortunately I got stunned there, but it doesn't matter too much, because the enemy team isn't going to do very much at this point. So I cut off my own Padronorca, taking down that Musashoid, just trying to, kill through the enemy team quickly. And then there's a couple of Dreamy Entrance monsters, very annoying, so this is why I have Angel Line, because it protects from the Twiggle's stun, and also can purify all from the Dreamy Entrance. That's my kind of hope there, is that I can protect myself from those two things. The Dreamy Entrance there, that second one, well actually both of them, they hit either Angel Line or Nova Drake, I can't tell which, but that was useful. And then, then we've got the next in line, the Razor Storm. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Razor Storm. So it will come in and it will overwatch their team. A lot of annoying stuff in these first 2 battles. I was very surprised to see it. If you're wondering why I've got Delegazar, you can see here, I'm bringing in Delegazar for the Penguinator next in line, because that's quite annoying to be there. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if people struggle with these first 2 battles. They are not easy. You need to definitely build for them in a specific way. So if you're going for this, good luck with those first 2. It's going to get a little bit easier, I think, later on. But on the whole, I think this particular time for the Wormhole battles was probably the best I've ever seen in terms of like nice balanced difficulty, where they're challenging but not like too crazy. And in fact, all of them were challenging. There weren't really any joke ones, other than the one we're just coming to now. This third one, it's a bit of a joke one. It's good fun. We've got 4 Static Sphere, 4 Tenebris, and then 4 Razor Ray. I did this first attempt, so you just see me going with stuff. Now, I just want to take a second here to say I'm very sorry that I haven't brought out any videos for the last few weeks. I have a new laptop, and it's a really good laptop. However, I had a lot of trouble trying to set up my laptop recording and with my microphone. I had multiple problems. I finally got it working, so I've got a lot lined up that I'm going to be bringing out. I should be bringing out pretty consistently with videos over the next few weeks. 1 or 2 a week should be the way I do it. So yeah, there's lots of good stuff to look forward to. There's even a community tournament that I have all the footage for that I'm going to bring out. But anyway, let's get back to this video. So I didn't realise that they're actually all very nearly dead, so I could have done a hit all with Tenebris and then finished them off with Nova Drake. But I was anticipating that it would take a second Assisted Dust from Nova Drake, and that the Tenebris wouldn't be enough. I didn't look at the Razor Ray's health after I did that first hit all. My recorder kind of freezed up here at the end of the battle as well. I don't know what's going on. So this one was tricky again, and it didn't quite go as I was intending it to go, because the Joker Dragon decided to send back next rather than not back next. And the importance of that is that there's going to be an Utopian there, so I can't stun them. However, it worked out perfectly fine. So an interesting thing with Garden Fairy Violet is you can use instant Overwatch to instantly get a turn, and it doesn't trigger until you use a move. So I managed to get 2 moves on Nox Dragon right at the beginning there. I definitely should have done Assisted Dusk and then Accelerate, so it wasn't so far out of the battle, but that was the hindsight thing that I realised when I watched this video. So the Utopian's there, so I can't do the Stun Wave. However, it kind of worked out fine doing the hit all stuff. Nova Drake isn't raged, but it's accelerated, and it's actually done from the brink, so that's kind of fine. And in Raging Zulong, I actually love doing that because the Assisted Dusk is so strong, and then Link Slayer'Bane all works really nicely against buff monsters too. This ending bit is really awkward because you've got the shields and the stealth stuff. So Delegazar is a great choice for dealing with those camouflage monsters. The assisted hit all from Equimaris there, pretty handy that it didn't use stealth, because stealth would have been a bit more awkward since I can't use Raw Bloodthirst at this point. So yeah, I was able to take it down with just a hit all. And then Karokenshi, because it's a AI and not a person, it's not going to use the Link Dual Give turn. So that just takes up my Protector, and I just about figured it out here at the end. I didn't quite know how it was going to go at the end of this team. I knew that Delegazar was going to be useful, so I brought it a bit forwards in my team. But otherwise, yeah, it's not an easy battle, but it's not as hard as they have been in the past. So you can see I just about managed to do it in time. So that was battle number 4. We've got 1 more battle to go, and is it a tricky one? Well, it's kind of tricky. It's an energy team. There's just basically all the energy monsters in here, and Sanctus Stag is pretty annoying. But this beginning part, while they do take turns, so they waste a bit of time, they actually don't do very much at all. Nordic Cruiser likes to swift charge a different teammate, not itself, and then it does the LM Accelerate, so there's actually nothing happening. So you've got a lot of time to set up whatever you want to do. Now, I did this with my normal team, so I didn't have to do anything too complicated. The Sanctus Stag also, for some reason, always did Stealth Teammate, not Sleep All. So you literally have like all the time in the world to do whatever you want. The important bit, though, is there's a lemon at the back of the team. If you don't kill through the team fast enough, then that lemon will put your whole team to sleep, and that's just going to waste way too much time. There is a Bomboid behind it, so if you're able to bring Lemon and the next monster in at the same time, and then say you have a Sleep Immune or Insomnia monster, you can hit the Bomboid, and then that's going to blow up and wake up everything. Now, I didn't have to do that because, if you were counting the seconds, I'm going to bring Lemon in at about 235 seconds, I think it is, so it doesn't quite trigger. It's not quite hit the 250 seconds. But yeah, you have to be very careful. I'm not entirely sure. It probably, depends on your monster collection, what you want to do for getting through this, whether you can kill your way through fast enough to avoid triggering the lemon, or you go for the Insomnia hitting the Bomboid route. They do give you that option there with that Bomboid. But as you can see, I just basically spammed hit all through this, and those energy monsters, they're not like the most aggressive, and stealth really hurts them a lot. So yeah, that was this battle. Had really good fun with this event as always. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in a video soon.